Devin, thank you so much for joining us on today's podcast. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
So, a little hand surgery a little
hand
while
surgery.
ago. How
Yeah.
you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I get the stitches out tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. Just been doing a lot of conditioning. Like I said on Instagram, a lot of lefty buckets.
I mean, we saw it last year too. Didn't you beat Tyson in a three-point contest or something with your left hand?
I won't put his business out there like that,
sorry,
but I won't put his business out there. But yeah, no, I'm having fun with it, man. Getting to see the game from a different perspective. Get to watch all the new guys from the sideline, but at the same time putting in a lot of work still and getting ready for the season.
And the timeline, there was a possibility you might be able to make it back for opening night. Is that still a possibility or still up in the air?
I don't ever want to miss a game. So obviously that's my goal. I think it's 5-6 week recovery time is what they told me. So, first game is my target goal, and hopefully we can make it happen.
All right, can we please talk about some of the rumors that were out there? Which one did you think was the funniest? Because there were some ridiculous rumors going on.
I know. I fell off a table at a bar.
Yes,
that was a good one. The unicycle.
I think that one was my favorite because why on earth would you be riding a unicycle?
I don't know. I can't even ride a unicycle, so I don't even...
Well, that's the thing. It's like I feel like there are so many more people who can ride a bike with no hands than there are people who can actually ride a unicycle.
I know where it came from. I posted a story on my Instagram riding with no hands.
But that's normal. I feel like there's a lot of people who can ride a bike without using their hands for at least a small amount of time.
They announced surgery 30 minutes after that video, so it's like, I fell and then announced surgery 10 minutes later. It says a lot about some people. Common sense isn't common all the time, but it's fun. That's what the game's about.
All right, let's talk about your summer vacation. It's been a while since we've seen you. You've been off doing all kinds of stuff this summer.
Yeah, I was in LA this summer for about 2.5 months. It's all over the states, and went back to both my hometowns, Mississippi and Michigan. Went across the country to Greece.
How was that?
It was a great time. I went with one of my good friends, D'Angelo Russell. It was something that we've been talking about our rookie year and never actually did it, and we were like, we're doing it this year no matter what. Right when the season ended, we're like, we're doing this. So we set it up. We went out there. I posted a video on my Instagram with my photographer Drew, which he did an unbelievable job on the video.
Tell me about Drew. How did you guys become friends, and where did that relationship stem from?
We have a mutual friend. His name's Casey from Michigan, and they work together at Michigan State. They're doing something for the team, Michigan State. So they became friends, and Casey introduced me to him, and he just loves photography. So he just meets me everywhere we go. He's just around. He has an eye that no one else can see, and he's a really special talent. And I'm glad I get to put it out there for him. For more people to see with the following that I have. So it's all been good comments about him. People are like, your photographer is serious. So hopefully, putting people on is what makes me feel good. Makes everybody happy, put people in position to be great.
That's awesome. Let's go back to Mykonos. What was the best part about it?
Just the scenery. You see the narrow streets, like all white buildings. Like I've always seen pictures of it, but until you're there and actually it's real life. It's real life. So it's unbelievable. They do a lot of partying out there.
Yep.
I didn't know it was like a 24-hour thing where they show up to a party at 5 a.m. So I couldn't hang on the whole time, but we definitely got away from basketball and got to have some fun free time.
Which is important.
Oh, always.
Especially in the summertime. Because we have seen as well all the videos of you putting in the work this summer on the basketball court. How much weight have you put on this off season? You're looking a little thick there, but in a positive way.
In a positive way.
Like with the C's, right?
Yeah. I was working on my trainer, Larry. Really good summer. Just every day staying consistent with it. It was really fun. A lot of my brother and my friends are working out with me too. Not on the court, but some of the weight things. So, it was a thing that we're having fun with it, but still grinding in the summertime because it was really tough workouts. But that's what it's about. It's a year-round job for us.
Who were some of the people you were able to work out with out in LA?
D'Angelo came out.
I saw that video.
Yeah, Tyler came out. Josh was out there for me a little bit. I tried to get DeAndre out there. He went back home to Bahamas, which I understand after the long draft process. Me and Trevor worked out together out there in LA. So a lot of guys came out there. Some of my friends that are still in college worked out with me. So, you know, bringing everybody together, you know, same goal, same mission. You know, it was a great time.
And you also worked out with Team USA. So
Team
tell me
USA,
about that
yeah.
experience and what you were able to learn from that.
It was a great experience. You know, it was a lot different than my second time around. You know, from the select team to, you know, being with the top dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But just being around all those guys, not just the players, you know, the coaches too.
Right.
Coach K there, Coach Pop, Jerry Coangelo. So many basketball minds in one area, you know, and I think they want it to be like a light, like just run through, but you put all those talented guys in one gym and, you know, we're competing against each other. The video came out, playing one-on-one with Kevin Durant, Victor Oladipo, Paul George, you know, with all those talented guys in one gym and getting a chance to, you know, go head-to-head with each other, you know, I think we all enjoyed it.
A lot of people say that that kind of an experience can help a younger person like you or a younger player take the next step, just because you see so many superstars in one place and how they're doing things and what they're doing. So do you feel like that kind of helped you grow in a leadership aspect or just anything?
Everything, anything and everything. Like I said, you know, I got to sit down and talk with KD a little bit, playing one-on-one. He's a tough guy to play one-on-one against too.
I can imagine.
But yeah, just being around him, getting to, you know, what might just be a sentence that Coach Pop might say to me will stick with me forever. You know, they don't understand that, but, you know, I'm the type of player who's been a fan of the game, you know, since an infant, and being in the same gym with these guys that I looked up to and, you know, are everywhere that I'm trying to get to. So, you know, I've heard a lot of the same advice, but hearing it from different people, you know, that are in that situation, you know, it sticks with you a lot more.
You had a pretty fun summer in Vegas too.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting time
Pretty
out
exciting
there.
time, yeah.
Got that bag, signed your
Got
extension,
that
5
bag.
more years.
Yeah.
We're all excited to have you locked in for a few more years here with us. What can you tell us about that night that you won't get in trouble for?
That I won't get in trouble for?
Yes, because I can only imagine, like, not a lot of people get to have that type of a signing in Vegas, in that type of an environment and atmosphere. So give us the lowdown on that night, how that went.
I can't give you the lowdown, but no, it was a great time, man. Just to go out there, you know, out there with the summer league team, watching them, you know, the young guys, like I said, DeAndre, Mikal, all of them play, and at the same time, you know, just securing life almost. You know, it's a big deal for me and my family, and put you in a situation that, you know, I hope everybody gets to feel one day. You know, it's security, something that you work really hard for, and you finally see it pay off. But just blessed and fortunate to be in this situation. Went out that night. I was actually with CP3 that night. He signed his deal the same day too. So, you know, it's a blessing, man. The NBA is at its peak right now, I'd say. Well, hopefully not its peak, but it's at its highest point right now in terms of, you know, the business side of it. But being here in Phoenix, you know, like you said, you know, securing that security, knowing I'm going to be, you know, with the franchise that drafted me, that took a chance with me for a very long time. And, you know, I'm looking forward for the years to come.
Yeah, and I mean, it was kind of cool for us to be able to see. I wasn't there, but some of our producers were there to document the night.
Yeah.
And watching that video was really cool because you could just see how genuinely happy and excited you were.
Yeah.
To be with the franchise, Robert Sarver, Ryan McDonough, everyone there just had such a great feeling and vibe to them. And you could even see it through the video. So I can only imagine what it was like in person, having that moment with them. I mean, was it a surprise that they set up like this whole big thing for you?
It was. And, you know, I talked to my mom about it. My mom wasn't there. So I thought it was like we're just going to meet in a hotel room, get the deal done. And I show up.
Sign some papers, shake some hands, and call it a day.
Exactly. There's a whole production, a whole dinner that I wasn't aware of, or of course my mother would have been there. But before I left to go sign it, I FaceTimed her and my sister, and then right after, the first people I talked to. But having my brother there with me too, my father, my friends, so everybody there that's been with me through the long run, you know, to see all the work that I've put in and everything that's went behind it. And like you said, the organization, Robert Sarver, Ryan McDonough, the guys that took a chance on me in the 2015 draft, that still believe in me, obviously, and you know, I think we're all ready to take that next step.
How's your mom and sister doing?
They're doing great.
I follow your sister on Instagram, so they're back out here now, right?
Yeah, they went back to Michigan. they had a couple things to do there, but they're back here. They're more ready for the season than anybody else, I
bet.
think. Yeah, they love coming to the games every day, and it's an exciting time for us.
Yeah, and a lot of new faces.
A lot of new
teammates
faces.
and coaches.
For sure.
So let's talk about teammates first. I know you guys all went out to San Diego just a little while ago. That was something that you kind of spearheaded, right?
Yeah, I kind of fed off of Bledsoe my rookie year. You know, he did the same thing. He brought everybody out to San Diego, and that was my first time actually spending real time in San Diego. And I was like, it's beautiful out here. You know, Coronado Island, beautiful views, perfect weather, away from all the extra like party scene and things like that. So you get away from that.
Low key.
Exactly. So get to know each other, do dinners with each other. We went on the boat to dinner.
Saw a lot of those Instagram stories.
DeAndre drove the boat home.
Did he really?
He did for a little bit. It was going.
Did you trust him, or were you a little bit on edge for that?
Trust isn't all the way there yet.
Okay.
Not on the court more than on the boat,
but
for
driving
sure.
a boat is a completely different area.
Exactly.
Like, that's not even driving a car. Like, he took a test to learn how to drive a car.
Exactly.
We don't know about a boat.
Exactly. He's from Bahamas. I
That's
trust
true,
him. They're
though.
good with
He
water.
probably knows
They're good
exactly
with
what
water.
he's doing.
Nah, it was a good time for us. You know, I think, you know, a lot of new faces, a lot of new personalities. You know, getting to know each other away from the court, I feel like is a direct correlation to, you know, trusting somebody on the court also.
So what does that do for a team? When you guys were out there, did you just feel the camaraderie kind of building and growing in the relationships as well?
Oh, of course, because, you know, you don't know these guys. One thing about our last team, we were all close. You know, we spent a lot of time together, and that means a lot. You know, away from basketball, developing these relationships that are bigger in basketball. You know, for instance, Allen Williams, you know, somebody I didn't know before playing for the Suns, but ended up it's going to be one of my dearest friends ever. You know what I'm saying? So it's bigger in basketball, this sport. So just developing those relationships and, you know, along with being on the court together, trusting each other, I think, you know, it's a big thing to get to know each other well.
And San Diego wasn't just a time for you guys to hang out and chill on the boat.
We're
you
working
guys
out.
also were working out too.
They were working
put that
out.
There. Well, we saw you kind of working out.
I was giving
Throwing
my
some
little
passes.
advice. Yeah, I was throwing some little lefty passes.
Okay.
That was the day after my surgery.
Right. So you had to be extra careful.
Yeah, I was in pain too. So I was just sitting on the side, saying what I could say, go out there. But, you know, it wasn't as structured like drills. It's just everybody hoop, everybody get to know each other, feel each other out.
Yeah. What's the funniest photo or video that's on your phone right now from that trip?
Funniest?
Give us a little bit of the scoop here. What were some of the funny things that happened out there?
I'll give you a little bit. We were at dinner one night at Nobu, and I'm sitting next to Trevor, and I see Trevor look at Ryan. He goes, "Ryan, do it." And I'm like, "What is he talking about?" And Ryan gave a little toast to everybody that was in the room, and I guess he pretends to be an actor, so he takes like movie lines out of nowhere. And so I hadn't really talked to Ryan yet at all, and I seen Trevor tell him, no one else seen it, and he was just like, "Excuse me, everybody." And I was like, "Oh, this is about to be funny." So that was a funny moment.
Did you see, was it George who was riding the bike backwards?
Backwards, yeah, I did see that.
What's up with that? I feel like that takes even more skill than riding a bike without any hands.
Or a unicycle.
Right?
Or a unicycle,
I'm pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Those two seem like they've got a good relationship going on. Just
Yeah,
from,
for
what
sure.
We've seen on social.
For sure. You know, you come in a rookie class together, you know, you just have that special bond, you know, right off the jump. They probably went the rookie transition together. So, and I don't know the whole backstory behind the relationship, but you can tell, you know, they're going to be really close.
Yeah, and I don't know if I said the name, but that was Mikkel and George. So
yeah,
just in
Mikkel.
case for you guys if I didn't say that. And then obviously a lot of new coaches.
Yeah.
Igor's here. You've got a new coaching staff, a lot of new faces on the athletic side of things. What have you liked so far from Coach Igor?
Just communication. You know, we talk a lot, we text a lot, and, you know, just his IQ for the game. You know, I feel like we meet up there from an IQ standpoint, and he seems like a basketball genius. You know, from what I've gathered from him. You know, he's kind of sitting back right now, just letting guys play and fill it out. I think once training camp kicks off Monday, he'll start implementing things. But, you know, he comes to me, pulls me aside a lot, and, you know, just gives me little tips and things to look for on the court and in the offense. So, you know, he's definitely, you know, a leader that, you know, I believe in and trust.
Have you seen things from his system and his schemes that you feel like are really going to take this team to the next level this year?
A lot of spacing. I think we're bringing in a lot of shooters this year, obviously with Ryan and Trevor, Mikal. So, floor spacing. I watched a lot of Summer League too with big fella, DeAndre rolling to the rim well, posting up well. So, I pretty much know the whole offense. I don't want to give too much away, but,
we won't ask you for any specifics.
I'm definitely excited.
All right. So a lot of stuff happened this summer for you, not including workouts and vacations. One of which was you got a shout out from Drake.
Oh yeah,
in his
Wet
song.
Like I'm
So
Booked.
we haven't had a chance to talk to you about that since it happened. What was that like when you heard that, or did you find out on Twitter, or did somebody text you?
The story behind that, I was actually at his house 2 weeks prior.
Okay.
And we were playing basketball 2-on-2. It was him and his buddy Chubbs versus me and Noel.
You won, right? Every
game.
Okay, just had to make sure.
We won every game. So we're sitting there talking. I don't know how it came up, but he was like, I'm gonna shout you out. And I don't think he had started like making that song yet either. And then, I thought it was gonna be like on his next album or a single that he drops, but then it ended up being on Travis' album, which I'm a big fan of Travis also. Astro World was unbelievable, by the way. Throw that in there. But so hearing that, I heard it. I was in Greece at the time, actually. I was with their D'Angelo, and I heard it. And I was just like, wow. So I texted him. I was like, you're crazy, bro. He was like, I told you. So, he told me he was going to do it. I didn't know it was going to be 2 weeks, like 2 weeks later.
It's a pretty quick turnaround.
Exactly. So it just, it just shows greatness, man, just how he's able to, work like that. I don't know anything about the rap game or how they do it, but obviously, I believe he's the greatest, and, there's a lot of numbers to prove that.
That's a cool story. I'm glad I asked you about that. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, we're playing 2-on-2.
Very cool. And then another thing that happened this offseason was the shoe rule, or lack thereof now, in the NBA. I know they started that in the playoffs last year, but now you get to wear whatever shoes you want on the court.
Right.
So you're a big shoe guy. We want to know, what are your plans this season? You got any up your sleeve?
I'll probably stick with my PEs, the colorways that Nike sent me, of the new Hyper Dunk. I know I have a few Kyries in a special colorway coming also. Me and Kyrie linked up this summer, talked about it a little bit, and I was like, I want some of your, because I don't really wear high tops, so I was like, I want some of your lows, bro. He was like, I'm going to take care of you. And, I guess, I'm kind of telling a secret, but I guess that might be on the way. But I don't like stepping out color-wise too much.
So you'll probably stick closer to the oranges and purples then.
I usually stick with like a all white or all black.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely implementing the color. So I'm not gonna wear a red shoe or a green shoe. Maybe throw out a neon every now and then, just a crazy color. I'll way off, but I don't have any plans to do anything crazy.
Which guy on the team do you think is going to have the wildest shoe game this year?
I don't know.
I would always go back
There's
to
a lot
PJ.
of new guys.
And I kind of was thinking, since PJ was like your big brother, that you would take on a little bit of that shoe.
I'm here for comfort.
vibes.
I gotta play comfortable.
This is fair.
I gotta play comfortable. And then with your player exclusive, with your logo on there also, I like representing myself, obviously.
Right.
So, but we'll see. I know PJ's probably gonna do a lot of crazy stuff this year. So
I
you
can kind of imagine Josh doing a few things.
I think it depends on Under Armour.
Yeah,
so
but I feel like in
what Under Armour
practice last
sends
year,
him.
I saw him rocking some. Like he had I don't remember what shoe it was, but it was like a salmon colored or like a rose kind of colored shoe last year at practice, and I loved it.
Yeah, I think a lot of the shoe companies now, with that no restriction, will come with some different, probably a lot of meanings behind shoes, or a different colorway with a lot of meaning behind it. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know enough about sneakers, so I need to step up my game, especially this year with that.
Yeah,
that
you can tell a lot by somebody's shoes. It's like you say about girls' nails. You tell a lot about people's shoes. I'm just kidding. I don't pay attention to nails.
You're just kind of putting me on
I'm
blast
just
right now because I'm the worst with my nails.
Oh, are you? I don't pay attention.
It's just so much work.
I bet it is.
So much work.
I bet it is.
I'm just gonna be there. Anyway, back to the shoe thing. When are we gonna see Devin Booker's?
A signature?
Yeah.
Ask Nike.
So Nike,
Yeah,
hey,
hey,
knocking on the
Nike,
door over here. We'd like to have some.
Nah, we'll see, man. I think it comes with winning.
Yeah.
If you're not in the playoffs, it's hard to have a signature shoe, and You know, I think we're in the best shape possible to do that this year. Obviously, it's everybody's dream that's played this game to have their own shoe. So obviously, it's a big goal of mine. Being a sneakerhead growing up also, just having your own signature line, you know, would be a blessing for me. So I'm going to do everything in my power to make it happen.
We're probably just being a little impatient too. I mean, realistically, we
I'm
should
with
just
you,
learn
though.
to have
Hey,
some
I'm with
patience,
you.
maybe?
No, I'm with you, too. I'm
All
ready.
right.
I'm
so
ready.
you're saying that we should just be tweeting at Nike constantly
Every
asking
day.
for these shoes.
Every day. Call Phil. I'll give you his personal line. I'm just kidding.
We got
I don't have
Do it right now.
I'm just kidding. I don't have his personal line, but no, it's definitely something I want to make happen.
Okay, so then another thing that came out recently was Space Jam 2. So let's talk about this.
Let's
we were
talk.
talking a little bit earlier. A lot of people who are around us right now as we're recording this podcast are haters
Yeah, I heard.
of Space Jam. And I'm putting them on blast right now. I don't
crazy.
even care about it. They just think that...
I've never seen somebody hate on Space Jam.
Same. They just say their argument is that it doesn't really hold up now. Like when they were younger and kids, like, yeah, it was a cool movie. But now if you watch it, it's kind of like, no, not as good. But I disagree because I watched it last year on one of our road trips.
Yeah.
And I still loved it.
Yeah, when I watch it, I probably haven't watched it in the past year or so, but if I watch it again, I get that childhood feel. Like
Exactly.
it brings me back. And that's
Maybe it's because they're a
feeling
little
like
bit
a kid
older
again
than
is what I look for.
right?
Feeling like a kid is great.
Okay, so let's look at this. So this graphic came out, and we need to cast the new Monstars.
Okay.
So who do you think out of this year, this league here right now, all of our active players in the NBA, who would make the best Monstars in Space Jam 2?
I say DeMarcus Cousins has to be in there
Okay.
somewhere. Draymond Green.
Those were the top two that we all came up with. Like those two had to be
So
in.
LeBron's playing.
Yeah, LeBron
the
is
okay.
MJ, so he's not a Monstar. He's on the good guys.
Right. So I
team.
go. Russell Westbrook.
Okay, I like that one.
That's 3.
Like who
I
on
think
the, who on
if
our team
anybody,
would
it'd be
the good-
Ariza.
Yeah. Okay.
I think anybody would be Ariza, and then one more. I don't know. Let me see the list again.
So it used to be Patrick Ewing,
Larry
Johnson,
Yeah.
Muggsy, Charles Barkley, and then Sean Bradley. So who are we missing out of there that we need to include?
We need a little guy for Muggsy.
Yeah.
I don't know many five guys anymore. I know that last one's up for grabs. We'll
is.
let the people decide.
Okay, you guys tweet us. Let us know who you think should be on your Monstar list. But I put this out there this summer that Space Jam 3 is going to be you.
I'm with
so
it.
I'm hoping
That's
this
big.
happens.
Me too.
So if it does, just remember that I tweeted it first.
Hey, we'll
And
have
then-
this video forever.
And then we need to find all of our Suns players who are going to be the Monstars.
Yeah.
So on our team,
That'd be
who would
lit.
be the top 5 on our team?
On our team,
Yes.
Josh is definitely in there.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor again.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like you could put DeAndre in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's slipping my mind. Rookie, you know what I'm saying?
He's newer.
He's
yeah.
new. No, I'm just
He's
messing
still
around.
got to earn his way,
no,
right?
he's built like a gorilla. Like he just.
I feel like he
It's-
looks like he could, if you look at these Monstars and then you look at DeAndre, you're like, he could totally be a Monstar.
Yeah, he's ripped up. He doesn't look like what is he, 19?
He's,
My goodness.
I know, he's so young for how big he is.
Exactly. That's unbelievable. Yeah, who are the
So,
other
okay,
two?
so we've got Josh, Trevor, DeAndre.
DeAndre.
Let's see. Who else would you put in that list? Everyone's so nice.
I know.
Like, I feel like that's the hard part.
Shaq.
But Shaq is so nice.
Yeah,
of a
but on the
person.
court, he's just like.
I know. I think
He's
that's
all
just
over
why
the
I have a hard
place.
time. Like,
Right.
I see what's going on out here, but like
Exactly.
in my mind, I'm like, yesterday we had a really great conversation and
Right.
he's super kind and nice, so it's hard to see.
A lot
him
of
as
guys
that.
are though.
But
Like,
then again,
like even the first list I named, the DeMarcus Cousins,
Yeah,
like people,
exactly.
they don't have the best reputation, but you get to
but
know
they're
these
nice,
guys
genuine people.
outside the lines. Like they always said that about Kobe too. You listen to his interviews, he's like, people had this whole different perception of me that I was some villain until they met me in person. I'm like, I didn't even know. People say it about me too.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't expect you to act like that. I'm like,
I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
that's crazy.
And then also I think we're just forgetting that they're not mean until they turn into a monster.
That's true.
So, like, the player themselves doesn't have to be mean.
That's
so
true. But a lot of those guys,
took us
Pat
a little way.
Ewing, Charles Barkley, they had that reputation.
True. Okay, so the last thing I have to ask you about.
Uh-oh.
I did a little, I went down the rabbit hole of YouTube this off season one day, and I came across an interview where you talked about either in college or your rookie season, girls used to lick your car and take pictures of it and then post it on social media. So I need an explanation.
That's Kentucky for you.
Okay.
The best fans in America, the craziest fans in America, they fall into all that.
Okay.
So I don't know how it started. It was at one of my signing appearances after the season where, you show up, you sign autographs for about 500 people. And then after, it was just a girl licking my door handle. And then
Wait, did you walk up on her licking
No.
it? Okay.
I seen the picture after.
Gotcha.
And I was like, honestly, I just laughed about it. It wasn't like, ew, that's nasty.
And I mean, it is kind of funny. Like, it's the most random thing ever.
Yeah, it is. And it's kind of nasty if you think about just licking a door handle. But, so they have a sports radio there, Kentucky Sports Radio, and they posted the photo, and all the Kentucky fans follow that station. So then I had like 12 more appearances after that, and that was like the thing.
So every time you showed
every time I went to appearance after, I'd look at my phone, and there'd be like 10 pictures of just girls licking the door handle.
Did this end after that season? Like, or
that was at the end of the season.
Right.
So the autograph signed.
When you left Kentucky and you came to the NBA, did it continue or did
No.
it end at Kentucky?
I have a lot more privacy than I did now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Let's
not start this back up either.
I'm not trying to bring this back up. I do not support you guys, or am not encouraging you guys to start licking people's cars.
No.
It's super awkward. Don't do it.
No. Shout out don't shout out Big Blue Nation though.
Yes, we will shout out Big Blue Nation.
The best fans in America.
It's different when you're in college.
That's true.
So you can do that in college, I feel like, and get away with it because it's all about fun and like.
They all weren't college. A lot of them were high school girls too.
Okay.
Just going to the appearances, but.
I mean, again, young,
right?
Like that's okay.
Right.
If you're 27 and you're
there were
licking
some older
girls.
There were some older girls in there too.
Like how old though? Like are we talking senior in college or
30s,
like 30s?
30s. There was a couple.
I'm trying really hard not to judge right now because that is not who I am and not what I'm supposed to be doing. But that is so gross.
We love Kentucky, man.
I'm down.
Rock stars when you're in Kentucky.
I bet.
Unbelievable experience.
It's probably different coming from your perspective than mine.
Yeah,
because
that's
I'm
true.
thinking like as the girl, like I'm gonna lick a car and I'm just kind of like openly grossed out about it.
Yeah, but when I first seen the picture, like I kind of zoomed in. I'm like, is she actually like have her tongue out? And they were actually doing it, so it wasn't
so
like
it's not even
it
like
wasn't
you're
close
just
to it.
pretending
Yeah, it was. They were on there.
Okay. All right. Well, I just needed the story behind that one because I thought it was
That's
such
great. I haven't talked
bizarre
about that in a while. It's funny that you brought that up.
Does it make you
reminisce?
Yeah, a little bit. Like what?
Not like I'm the man. Just it makes me think about all my other college experiences and how crazy the fans were and the environments that we were in. It's a great time.
I mean, I can only imagine that kind of being a little bit difficult for guys like you who are like the one and dones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when like I talked to friends about going to college. We went 4 years, did the whole thing, and it's like we miss college so much, and you only had 1 year. It's almost like you just got a little sample. You didn't get to actually have the full thing. But then at the same time, your college experience is probably much more grand.
I feel like I put 4 years into 7 months.
Right.
No, it was a great time, though. Kentucky was an unbelievable experience, especially our team. It was great on and off the court. Coach Cal, just being a part of that tradition is something that I'll always remember. But just being a kid again, like I said earlier, I still try to have little glimpses of carefree, no responsibility. Obviously, under a microscope now, where you
got to do that at home.
Exactly. You can get away with a lot more in college than you can now.
I bet.
But
all
it's
right,
good times.
Well, thank you.
Thank
was
you.
good
Thanks
times.
for having me.
We appreciate
for
you
sure.
coming on the podcast today, and best of luck this season.
Thank you. The outlet.